Hello everybody, back here again for another vlog a day, and today is Wednesday the 30th, and today was an absolutely gorgeous day. Couldn't have asked for a better day at all. I was out camping, excuse me, last night up at the OHV park, and when I went to bed, my bike was still not running correctly. It couldn't get started. I ended up having old gas. Turned out the gas can I had my two-stroke, my dirt bike gas in, ended up with a crack in the top of it, which I found out after I filled the gas can up with new gas and brought it back to fill the bike up, that I'd leaked gas all over the back of my van, so on and so forth. And that crack had a lot of moisture into it, and that's why it had went bad. So I didn't think it was going to be an issue because the gas in the tank of the bike was the exact same gas as in the gas can, and it was running fine with that older gas. A lot of people say never run gas in a dirt bike that's more than a month. Some say 2 months old. I've ran gas in there that's over a year old and never had an issue over the years. 6 months is really something I have no issue at all with. And this one threw me off why it had went bad so quickly. Turns out the can's crap. So now I have to go buy a new can, which isn't really a big deal. I got the bike drained out, all the gas drained out of it. Even tipped it completely upside down. Yesterday, got it all ready to go. New gas in it today. I tried kicking it a couple times, wasn't going off because there's just old gas in the carb still. I didn't have the right tools to pull the carb off and dump it out completely and clean it. So, and it's kind of got that weird little deal. So I went ahead, pushed up top the hill a couple times. Second time down, I think it was, or third time down today. It popped off and started running like a champ. I got it running long enough to really work the gas, the old gas out of the carb into it, and it seemed to be doing a lot better. Went out riding today. I probably got, I don't know, 2.5 hours of riding actual time. I wasn't out very long each time because, one, I was still a little nervous that the bike was going to act up on me, and I was just kind of hesitant on it. I didn't have my hydro pack. Usually I wear one of my hydro packs like I run in, but originally the reason I bought it was for riding, the first one I ever bought, and it has pouches in it. I carry my cell phone in there. I carry plenty of water. I carry a whistle, all kinds of other stuff in the hydro pack that I'd forgot. I have my new running hydro pack, but I was not willing to wear it out there because it's way too bulky the way it's designed. It wouldn't fit over my backpack, my chest protector for my motorcycle and that. So I was making short trips, plus my dog was back at camp by himself, so I would kind of stop back in there, check in on him for a little bit, go back out and ride. So I took multiple rides today, not one really long ride. Surprisingly, I'm not that sore from riding. My right leg and my right calf are really super sore just from kicking that bike so much yesterday, and then today some too. Had a great time out there. I saw other people in the park, but never actually rode near them. Like the closest I'd be, it was, I'd be on this trail over here. They'd be, 200 yards away, but in order to get to it, it's like a half mile of riding to get there. And I tried chasing a couple guys down, and by the time I get there, they were gone. Just made a little bit of a game out of it. This morning when I first went for my first ride, I was first out in the park riding, and I ended up coming across, I actually wasn't even riding at that point, I was running at that point. But Bruce and I came across a few deer, and then came across a few turkey on the trails, which is nice because they always say, well, animals aren't out there, and that's not true. There's tons of wildlife in that park all the time, especially in the early mornings. You can definitely get out there and see a lot of animals because they'll use those trails as a safe, easy way to like walk and stuff to transfer around the dirt bike trails. So there's plenty of water out there too, so there's always animals around the watering holes, the different little ponds and stuff there. So definitely had a good time. I didn't sleep that great overnight. My hammock that I slept in, first time I used it, was one of those parachute type hammocks, and it's the ropes and stuff and the material kind of stretched out. I'd never hung it, never even tried it before, and it was bad. It really did not go good. As it was shifting, I was shifting the thing. It was super slick. I was freezing my butt off. It got so cold overnight. And when a hammock, you don't have that bottom mat or plywood or ground or whatever to kind of heat up and retain some heat. So you're losing heat, bottom, top, all that. I tried to get my sleeping bag, which I had on top of me originally. Tried to get inside of it, but it was too slick with the parachute stuff. It wasn't working. Sometime overnight, I didn't really look at the watch or my phone. I did not want to see what time it was. I'd thrown two giant logs in the fire as I went to bed to kind of basically let them smolder all night long, so I wouldn't have to bother relighting a fire, so I could get myself something, a little bit of heat in the morning, kind of warm up next to, because it takes a lot longer to fire it up than it does keep the hot coals to put off a little bit of heat. And at some point during the night, it must have shifted weird, and flames shot up about 2.5 foot high when the log rolled over, and it scared the crap out of Bruce. I was probably, I don't know, a long ways away from, I don't know, 30 feet maybe so from the site for the fire pit. But it freaked Bruce out. He was in the front seat of the van. He lost his mind. He started like trying to freak out. He got tangled up in the strap that holds my hammock up. It was just a mess. I wake up. I'm getting shook around stuff. I look. My whole van is lit up like I've got some guy with a truck shining in there. And I realize it's a fire. There's flames that are wicking around. And I thought, holy shit! I just burnt the park down because I thought there should be no reason there'd be giant flames. I look out the window after I fall out of the hammock. Realize the fact that's not what's going on. It's just the log had flipped over and it was shooting 3 foot high flames. And so that really sucked. I got Bruce calmed down finally in that. Got him to lay down. I gave up on the hammock at that point. So I laid just on my plywood floor. I have a false plywood floor in my van that I laid on that, and that was not real comfortable. I had one blanket underneath me is all I had for padding. So I didn't even think about bringing my sleeping pads and that because I planned on sleeping in that damn hammock. And that did not go well. So I woke up this morning super tired, super wore out, super sore. But overall, the day was amazing. Had a great time. Like I said, got the bike running, went out riding. It's the first time I've actually been riding this year, which is ridiculous. I used to ride 4 times a week, if not more. There was times I'd ride 7 days a week. I was on my dirt bike a few years ago. And it was when my marriage wasn't going that great, just and the store was going, my retail business, just during stress, that was my antidepressant medication. So, and I had a good time up there. I really had fun. I didn't go out and do anything really super stupid. Handful of times where you're driving along and you're just expecting at any moment to eat it because as you're in the process of taking this corner or that hill or that whatever, you realize the bike's in the process of crashing and then somehow you save it. It's just a really cool feeling. Get your heart pumping, really feels good. So other than that, I was going to head to Ottumwa, hang out with my buddy for a little bit, and then I text him asking him what he's doing. His phone, my phone, I don't know, there's a glitch in him off and on. It'll take a while for the text to go through. By the time he'd answered that he was, out hanging around working on vintage bikes and stuff outside, I'd already made the turn going the opposite direction to home, and it would have put me like 35 minutes out of the way to go to his place anyway, and it's only 45 minutes one way to go to his place from my house. So it really wasn't that big of a deal. I'll head up there some other time and hang out and kind of do some stuff. I did find out there's a few other things on my bike I want to replace. So I'm in the market for some more parts. I'm also in the market for a backup bike. I'm driving a 20-year-old dirt bike, which is ridiculous when you stop and think about that fact. 20 years old, this old piece of crap that I'm driving. And I'm going to buy myself, instead of buying a new $8,000 dirt bike that I'm going to be all concerned about scratching and denting and hurting, I'm going to start looking for myself another 15 or 20-year-old bike. And that way, one of the two should be starting. Like yesterday when my bike didn't start, I could have just pushed it back in the, at that point we bring a trailer, but I could put it back at camp, jump on the spare bike, and then go ride that damn thing, and then I'd have more time to fix the broken down bike and not miss an entire day of riding in that process. So that's all I've got for now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.